You are welcome to English Grammar Lesson. I am Philomena Esi Isuman, your English language teacher for Basic 4. Today, we are looking at proper nouns. And we will look at cities and towns, proper nouns of cities and towns. We all know that noun is name. Noun is just name. So by the end of the lesson, you will be able to say what proper nouns are, and then identify proper nouns in a passage. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to say what proper nouns are and then identify proper nouns in a passage. A proper noun is the name of a person, a thing, a place. Proper noun is a name of a person, a thing, a place. Now, when we say proper noun is a name of a person, I mean giving particular names to persons, things, or places. So, person example, you can say Peter Esuman. Peter Esuman is a name of a person. Peter is a boy. The name boy is not proper noun, but Peter Esuman is given to a particular boy. Therefore, Peter Esuman is a proper name. We have lawyer Addington. We know lawyers, but the name lawyer is not a proper name, but it is attached to a particular person, that is Addington. Therefore, when you say lawyer Addington, because Addington is attached to lawyer, they both become proper nouns. You can say Father Okran. You can say Peter Cardinal Appiah Texan. You can also mention your name. Your name is special. Therefore, if you are Kofi, it is a particular name given to you, and you are a boy. We have so many boys in your house, at school, at church. But if you want a particular boy, it is the name that will tell. So if you call Kofi Mensah, that you must begin with a capital letter. We have names of things. Pencil is a thing, but when a particular name is attached to the name pencil, then it makes the pencil a proper noun. You can say HB pencil. The name HB you have added to the pencil makes it a proper noun. You can say Nataraj pencil. We have so many pencils in the market, but when the pencil has a particular name, then that becomes a proper noun. We have places. We have markets. We have hospitals. We have tourist sites. So if you mention a name of a place, that makes it proper. So we have a place called Kotokraba Market. Kotokraba Market. We have so many markets around. We have Mankesim Market. we have Makola Market. We have Nyankumasi Market. So the name attached to the market makes it proper. But today, we are going to specifically talk about places that are names of cities and then towns. That's what we are going to talk about today. Even though we have names of persons, things, and places, even places, we are talking about names of cities and towns. And you should always bear in mind that proper nouns begin with a capital letter. All proper nouns begins with a capital letter. So whenever you are writing the name of a particular person, a name of a particular thing, a name of a particular place, you should always begin with a capital letter, no matter where you find it, in a sentence or in a passage. Now, we are going to look at examples of cities. We have a city called Accra in Ghana. Accra is a very big place. We have a city called Cape Coast, and then a city called Takoradi. These are cities in Ghana. Now, when you go to Accra, you will find small towns in Accra. And these are some of the towns that you will find in Accra. Nima, Kaneshi, La Paz, Dakuman, and Osu. So Accra is bigger. That is where you will find Nima, you will find Kaneshi, La Paz, Dakuman, Osu, and other towns, all in Accra. Now, Cape Coast. When you come to Cape Coast, you will find these towns: Pedu, Abra, Nkamfua, Amamuma, and Apeosika. These are towns in the city Cape Coast. Now let's move to the city Takoradi. You will find Efiekuma, Anaji, Tanokrom, New Takoradi, and Efia in Takoradi. I'm saying that cities are bigger than towns. When you go to a city, you will find towns in that city. So Accra is a city in Ghana. When you go to Accra, you will find some of these towns there. There are others that I did not write here. When you go to Cape Coast, there are a lot of towns in Cape Coast. We have Pedu, Abra, Nkamfua, Amamama, Apeosika, and many more. Takoradi, we have Efiekuma, Anaji, Tanokrom, Newtown, Efia. These are towns you will find in the cities written in red on top there. Now we are going to find proper nouns in sentences. So I'm going to write down some sentences, then we look out for the proper nouns in the sentences. You should always bear in mind that proper nouns begin with capital letter. That does not mean Any capital letter you see is a proper noun. Now, in this sentence, I read, my brother and I visited our grandparents at Nyankumasi. My brother and I visited our grandparents at Nyankumasi. There's a name of a town or a city in this sentence. Can you find it? I hope your answer is Nyankumasi. Yes, Nyankumasi is a name of a town. So it begins with a capital letter N. She went to Kumasi last year. She went to Kumasi last year. Do you see any proper noun there? I hope your answer is Kumasi. Kumasi. The next sentence. We will go to Koforidua tomorrow. We will go to Koforidua tomorrow. Koforidua is a proper noun in this sentence, and it begins with a capital letter K. Accra is a big city. Accra is a big city. We have Accra as the proper noun in this sentence, and Accra begins this sentence. It can also be in the middle or at the end of a sentence. His father comes from Winneba. In this sentence, you will see that the proper noun is at the end of the sentence, and that is Winneba. Winneba, which also begins with a capital letter. The biggest market in Cape Coast is Kotokraba Market. The biggest market in Cape Coast is Kotokraba Market. So the proper noun in this sentence is Cape Coast and Kotokraba Market. I have underlined Kotokraba Market because Kotokraba is a special name given to market. So both begins with capital letters. You can find my school at Obuasi. You can find my school at Obuasi. What is the proper noun in this sentence? Obuasi is the proper noun. That is a name of a town. Tema is only a few kilometers from Accra. Tema is only a few kilometers from Accra. Learners, I want you to look out for the proper nouns this time. And I hope your answers are Tema and Accra. Good. I will visit Tamale before this year ends. I will visit Tamale before this year ends. Tamale is the name of a town in this sentence. They are planning to visit Axim in next month. They are planning to visit Axim in next month. The proper noun in this sentence is Axim. Axim. So I give you few seconds to go through the sentences and then identify the proper nouns again. We have Cape Coast, Kotokraba Market, we have Obuasi, Tema, Accra, Tamale, and Axim. All these are proper nouns and they begin with capital letter. I will always stress on that. Now I have a passage for you. We are going to read together this passage and identify the proper nouns in it. So read and identify the proper nouns in this passage. Kwesi is the son of Mr. Amonu. He comes from Anomabo. He did well in his examination. His father took him to Accra on an excursion. On their way to Accra, he sat close to the window. He read names of towns from Anomabo to Accra. He saw towns like Mankesim, Apam, Winneba, and Kaswa. They got to Accra at 6 o'clock p.m. We are reading this passage again and then identify the proper nouns that are names of cities and towns. Kwesi is the son of Mr. Amonu. He comes from Anomabo. He did well in his examination. His father took him to Accra on an excursion. On their way to Accra, he sat close to the window. He read names of towns from Anomabo to Accra. He saw towns like Mankesim, Apam, Winneba, and Kaswa. They got to Accra at 6 o'clock p.m. Learners, look into the passage and let's underline the proper nouns that are names of cities and towns. There are other proper nouns, but that is not what we are focusing on. We are looking at names of cities and towns. So take your time and go through the passage. I hope you can go now. So we have Anomabo. We have Accra. We have Accra again. Accra. Mankesim. Apam. Winneba. Kaswa. And then Accra. I hope they are the same thing you underlined. We have Anomabo, Accra, Anomabo, Accra. We have Mankesim, Apam, Winneba, Kaswa, and Accra again. This time, you are going to work alone. And then read sentenences and look out for proper nouns that are names of towns and cities. In the homework, you are to identify the proper nouns in the sentences. Identify the proper nouns in the sentences. Hope you are ready. Homework 1. Sam will go to Tamale with his father. At Nyamransa. I have not gone to Obuasi before. I have not gone to Obuasi before. We went to Bolga last year. We went to Bolga last year. So learners, this is for you. Take your time and then underline all proper nouns of cities and towns. So this brings us to the end of today's lesson. See you another time.